that. I ran downstairs like a lunatic because I'm gonna talk about this. Hi, welcome. Good Friday morning? Still morning. Okay. Good Friday morning. I'm tired. Actually, I'm tired because I just ran from downstairs upstairs in a frantic panic because I forgot my rollers. So, hello, hi, I'm Wisty. I always forget to introduce myself, but I'm here. Oh, I'm using the wrong one. No. This one. This is the one. I am so sorry. I just spent time working on this new scene and I forgot to use the new scene. Such is my life. Anyway, hi. Hopefully we will be finishing the NIffty wig from Hazbin Hotel and her eye, which I'm going to work on first, as you can see in the little droid camera right now. We're going to work on the eye, set that up for success, because when I was trying her on the other day, tried on the wig, there's some adjustments I want to do on the wig that will make it a little bit more accurate. I still need to work on the bangs. The bangs are like a hot mess at the moment. And my curls, I need to use a lot more glue and get them situated. I mean, realistically, they are literally holding on with hairspray and a prayer. So that's where these buddies come into play. Back in my cosplay heyday, and this is like early 2000s cosplay life, I would use Velcro rollers very often. Actually, I had rollers of all shapes and sizes, types, brands, everything for my wigs. When I minimized cosplay, I kind of just took a step back and got rid of a lot of the clutter. And though it worked, because for years I didn't need any of this stuff, now that I'm kind of like amping up and ramping up my style, I needed Velcro rollers because this barrel is bigger, than my largest foam roller. So that will be helpful. I used to have bigger ones. Like I used to have like the granny sitting in the salon under the hairdryer rollers that were great because I would be able to roll the hair and stick pins into the wig cap and the wig head and just like kind of like saturate it with steam and hair dryers, and it was great. I don't have those anymore. So I was in Five Below and I saw these and I was like, success, maybe, don't know. But regardless, we're gonna support these with more than just hairspray. I'm probably gonna use some glue and glue them in place because that's gonna really help. I need to shorten the back a little. I didn't like how long the back was on my neck, so that needs to be fixed. And again, the bangs need some help, and so does the little hoge. The little hoge was getting there, but again, I was just using hairspray. I wasn't using glue. So I kind of need to do that. What else? And the eye, I'm going to work on that and set up the tabs because I realized if I just kind of take the eye, and kind of just have it in front, it really looks like NIffty, you know? So I don't think I need to have this as close to my face as possible. I think it's got to be more like a mask. I think it's gonna look so cool. So, which would then be great because then I can add the magnets on the back and then have the tabs stick out from the wig, which is the plan. So I had to find my magnets. I had to find a lot of stuff. Thankfully, I have magnets. I didn't have rollers. So we have rollers today. So I think I'm gonna assemble the eye and get this wig more in shape. Like I said, I did some of it on, I continued working on it on Wednesday a little, but I want to add more structure, more hairspray, more glue, because that's always good. My sweet beans. The dysfunctional relationship. Oh, let's do an eye. Apparently my kid's school has flag football. Small things I don't know about, because he doesn't play sports, nor does he care about them. I was trying to eat before stream, but I had to set this all up. It's a lot to pull out. Because as I was in between NIffty, I'm working on my second project, which I should be posting on Instagram in the new year. Well, I have a content creation strategy, if that's a thing. Content creation. I also need to work on my novels. This is like a complete reminder to myself that I have to write something this weekend, because my writing group meets on Tuesday, and I have not written. That's a problem. I'm actually setting up the character design, the character sheet on the male character, and I'm liking him so far, but I really wish sometimes I can just sit down and like create everything from beginning to end with 0 issues. It's not me. I overcomplicate things. I overthink things. That's why I'm kind of happy I'm doing D&D, because it's making me think on my feet and kind of like just committing with an idea and seeing it through. Whereas as I write my novels, I'm like, oh, but I can do this. I can do that. And then I just go into a vacuum and never move. Do I not have my scissors? I might need to wrap that with some paper or something so the hair doesn't stick to the Velcro. But she may work. All right. So the rollers work, which is good. Her bang, I need supports in here. Like, it's not high enough. So I need to put more supports in there, but I knew that was going to happen. I already have a support in here in the underneath the yellow. So I want to put one more on top to really give it that hi, I'm Nifty from Hazbin Hotel look. So I think that'll be cute. And this side is pretty okay. So we need to touch up a few things. So let me get started, because before I know it, the day is gonna pass me by and I'm gonna have to go grab my kiddo, and today is a pretty busy day in the sense that after I pick him up, I gotta take him to appointments, and then tomorrow we have a fun train ride. They're doing like a 2-hour Christmas lantern ride. And then Sunday we are going to see the Polar Express in the Tennessee Theater, which I'm like excited about because it's an actual like theater for plays and stuff and shows. And they are doing a special screening of the Polar Express, which happens to be my kiddo's favorite Christmas movie. So I figured, why not splurge and get it done, because next weekend I am here Saturday, and then I am starting my 12-hour drive up to New York for Christmas. And I will then be on vacation because I can't stream from my parents' house. I mean, I could, but do I really want to? Probably not. So, yeah. So next Friday will be my final stream of 2025. And then I have to figure out when we're seeing the Sonic movie, which probably might be Friday night or Saturday. I think I might do a Saturday matinee with him because my kid wants to see the Sonic movie before we go to New York. Don't know why, but he wants to. So, and my stream times are going to be later next week because I got something confusing right now. On Monday, next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, my kid originally had half day on Friday. That's like scheduled. The entire county is leaving early on Friday. But because he's a high schooler and they're doing testing on Wednesday and Thursday, he can get out early. So my kid is going to be home early 3 days next week. And I'm just not for it. I really don't care. I'm not for it. There is a conflict on Thursday because he has I have a hair appointment. I am touching up my purple pink color before the holidays and trimming it up a little bit because I feel like my hair has been just growing like a weed. I don't know why, but it's just growing and growing and growing. And that I need to trim my hair, and I want to retouch my color before I go up to New York for the holidays. So I don't know if I'll be done by the time my kid gets out of school, but I already like had a discussion with him about like meeting me at a nearby shopping center from where his school is, so he can go walk over to the shopping center and I'll go pick him up from there if I'm not there at noon. I don't know how I feel about this, but hey, he's getting older. He'll be 15. So in 2026, he technically can go out for his permit and start driving, which terrifies me. I have no idea how I feel about that. So that's my life. Let's see. I guess we can work on the eye. I'm like trying to digest. I should probably eat more of my fruit because I have some yummy raspberries that I need to eat before they go bad. And the worst part about me is if you put fruit in front of me, I will eat the fruit. The moment it's like out of sight, out of mind, I don't eat it otherwise. So, and I've been doing my darndest to try to eat a more balanced meal. And it's hard because I like cake. I like cookies. I like fries and burgers and bread. A lot of bread. Though I can't eat that much bread. It makes me sick. Like, it really, like, doesn't work with my system anymore. My room is so messy over here. Because, like, I have, like, a planner stack here for my 2025 planners that I'm working on. I have the bin on the floor is my wig stuff, which I'm working on wigs. The post-it note paper is for my writing. I have stacks of cardboard that I need to bring to the guest room that I'm holding on to for projects. And I have the padding for the mannequin that I used to have that I'm going to set her up again. I'm going to have 2 dress forms in this room, but that one is going to be more like a display one. So once outfits are finished and made, I will just put it on there, and this is going to be my functional dress form. So like in progress stuff. So I just need to fix that one. And back there, extra nifty stuff, because the drawers below it are housing my in progress stuff. So like the top one has blue satin that I might use for drinks. The middle drawer is the project I'm currently working on, which is U-Bell. And the bottom is miscellaneous stuff. So it also, I think it has vaggy in it, like vaggy pieces, because the wig is in my closet, what I did, which wasn't a lot, because I was going to get more done, but the summer happened, and having a buyer for our old house and then having the buyer dropped out while we were driving over here to look at houses was not fun. And I was going to work on wigs while we were visiting Tennessee to look for houses so I could go to Otakon. And then we lost our buyer, and then none of that happened. So Baggy's possible wig is sitting in the closet. It may not be the wig I'm using. I got a new wig the other day. Where are my wigs? Oh, they're in the closet. They're in my closet. But I got my Jinx wig, a new Vaggy wig, and UA from Ari Fuertel, who is probably going to be the project I work on after Katsucon on stream. No, I'm not going to work on Yui on stream. I'm going to have Yui as my off-stream Instagram content, and the boyfriend, her boyfriend, Hajime, is what I'm going to work on stream, and that's going to be for my husband, which is going to be weird because I'm making a costume for somebody who isn't always here. So what's probably going to happen is I'm going to make the mock-up off stream and then start sewing it on stream, because it's going to be a pretty intense build. I'm excited for him. I also have to make armor. And I don't know how, I know how to make armor. I just don't make armor. Oh, wait. We have a problem here. Wait. Oh, we have an issue here. Actually, we don't have an issue. It will be easily fixed the moment I find something. Hi, I'm huge. I need to be in here. That's where I need to be. Webcam, small frame, webcam frame. Okay. I'll just put it right on top of that. You see, this is why I'm getting like Inception. Ooh. Wait, hold on. I know what I can do. Where's small frame? I need to fix this. I'll fix it at another date and time. Oh, I know what I need to do. Okay. I'm a fool. I'm being foolish right now. Don't worry. We will do on stream, like, troubleshooting with OBS because that's how we do it apparently. All right, I'm gonna do this. Duplicate. Okay. No, we're gonna do this. I will admit, I absolutely love how my thing just like bounces in and out very cutely. Let's see the inner workings of OBS. Okay, so this, not really. Yeah, we'll just worry about it later. Okay. This is gonna be more annoying than it needs to be. It's fine. I will fix it off stream later. I thought it was gonna be an easier fix than what it was. But clearly it's not. Gotta admit, I like the music today. I'm listening to, we have on the Best of Chill Hop. Lo-fi hip-hop instrumental beats. It's like a 10-hour track. I'm enjoying it. I think it's really nice. Set in my mood. Video capture. No, not what I wanted. That's the one I want. Video capture device. That's what I thought I was clicking, but I clearly was not clicking on that one. So, yeah, I'm just gonna dump myself in here. Infuse myself in this mix because that's clearly what needs to be done. Put it behind the small frame. Call it a day. And then when I have to flip-flop, I will just do that. So, and then I'll fix it when the time comes. Although I feel like if I delete it here, I have to figure this out. I don't know why it's acting like a butthead. Normally when I duplicate things and move them, it works out easier than that, but it's not today. It doesn't like me. We need to set up the glue gun so I can glue this together. Okay. First things first, I need to make the tabs for this project. So I'm gonna go grab a ruler and a Sharpie. I'm very unfocused and tired, and it is completely and utterly my fault. Because last night, instead of going to bed on time, like I should have, I stayed up watching Beastars. I stayed up entirely too late watching Beastars because I wanted to. which I have to admit, I enjoy Beastars way more than I think I should. So it's one of those things that I should not be as invested as I am in the show as I am. So, but I like shows about the human condition and explaining, you know, people's thoughts and stuff. Like that is something I truly enjoy. I like that experience. Like experiencing the like how cruel and kind humanity can be in one moment. Like you can see how good and kind people can be, and then you see the horrors and atrocities that also line that experience. And those seems depressing as shit. I like that because it really does make humanity. It really shows humanity, and it's funny because they're using animal avatars as human allegories, but jeez, so good. Like Beastars has this odd Shakespearean quality to it, which is very bizarre. For again, a show that people keep saying is like the dark Zootopia. So, but I stayed up late watching that, and then I didn't stay up so late watching it. I at 1:30 told myself, "That's it. No more. You will watch it tomorrow and be happy." Because you can finish watching it the rest of the night after your kid's appointment. So that wasn't the problem. The problem was I went on Archive of Our Own. And I just kind of I watched I was reading Archive of Our Own until about 2 o'clock in the morning. What was I reading? Oddly enough, Voltron Legendary Defender fanfiction. So it's kind of interesting though. I have a very odd way of shipping people. And I will have my, my gay ships, my rainbow ships, and then I have my het ships, and it's just one of those things of like I don't know what I'm gonna ship until I start seeing it. And I'm also a very open mind. I'm also a very easily persuaded shipper. So if you give me a ship and I read it and I'm like, woo, I see the appeal, I will read it. There's some ships I don't like. I'll read and I'm like, it was all right. And other ships I'm like, ooh, this is now my new hyperfixation. It happened to me with the world of Haikyuu. I think Haikyuu, I could not settle on a single ship. Every ship was a good ship. Every ship had its appeal. Every ship had me, and I was more than willing to just live in that shipdom. Had no qualms whatsoever to live in that shipdom. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep this as close to the top as I can. Okay. Oh, I have glue. Yay. Ideally, I wouldn't want to do it with hot glue, but I kind of don't want to have to deal with anything else at the moment, so I'm kind of just using the hot glue to my advantage here. So if I have to touch up the paint on it, I will here and there. But for now, I'm just like, I'm gonna try to kind of just use the eye to form the mold that I want. It doesn't dome out as much as the other one, but this is a better solution than trying to like Dremel down the plastic ornament I thought about doing. Because that was going to be a pain. So I'm kind of okay with that. So I'm kind of okay making it easier. Also too, it's lighter with the googly eye plastic than if I would have done it with the ornament. I think the ornament would have weighed it down too much and maybe make my rig a lot more difficult. And honestly, I could probably just leave it like this. But I'm a cosplayer who values my craftsmanship, so I will not leave it like this. This is why I have another frame to kind of sandwich it together and really like finish that edge so it's not so that was the purpose of having two frames. Like I said, if this works out really well, I might just do her hypnotic eye when she gets into that like state that her eye becomes very her pupil becomes extremely dilated. I will do that as well. So but I definitely think just sticking it in front of the wig is gonna add like just the perfect amount of realism, if you want to call it that. I mean, how real are we gonna get with a Cyclops eye? Again, remember I have purposely left it bigger just so I could make sure the eye looked good. I feel like I'm getting messages from people. I don't think I'm getting messages, it just might be. No, nothing. Good. Okay. So, I was also thinking like I could probably put a little sandwich tab in here and then to add the wonderful little eyepiece. You see, look at that. That's just, I like that it has the plastic on it because it really makes it look like an eye. I think without the plastic, it doesn't have that same effect. So, I approve. Yeah, I might have to add a little more black on this side just to give it a little bit more of that dimension that it has currently. But creepy. Honestly, this is gonna be a good costume to wear at Katsucon. I wasn't gonna bring it originally, but now that I'm like, as I'm working on it, I'm like, you know what? This is gonna be a really fun one to bring. Uh, a lot of people like Hazbin Hotel. It's still pretty popular, so. And who knows, maybe there might be news about the next season, and we'll just add more fuel to the Hazbin people. Might have to trim down a little over here, but that's fine. Yeah. The glue is going everywhere. The glue is gluing. Okay, come on. If I had properly planned for it, I could have gone to AWA this weekend. But I didn't even realize it was a thing happening this weekend. So I'll keep that in mind for next year. Although I have a convention that happens in December that's a lot closer to me than AWA's, AWA. And I'm just like, Although I don't know if I can ever go to MomoCon. Well, not in the foreseeable future I can go to MomoCon. Because I have commitments. At least for next year, for sure. I have commitments. So, your girl cannot go to MomoCon with ease like that, so. Again, every time I made something, I made it a little bit too big so I could size it down. Because I wanted to make sure I had enough space for everything. Okay. Let me trim off a little bit over here. And a little over here. That works out lovely. Okay, so we have the eye, or at least the front of it. Now, again, I want to put, I'm trying to figure out where am I situating these tabs, because her hair is here, and I kind of just want it to sit like right here, because I need to have it covering her nose anyway. So I want to say it's got to go down here. So if I do it properly, Actually, I think I'm just going to paint them red. I think I just need 2 because I think I'm going to actually put the tabs in the actual wig itself and then put the magnets on the form. I don't want to put the bottom form on yet because I want to ensure that I don't need to put tabs in between. So, but that's what the eye looks like right now. I think it's so cool. I think this is perfect. So cool. And I'm gonna be a really cool looking NIffty. Thankfully the wig is huge, so it will cover up a lot. So a lot of that stuff. So I'm gonna actually color some of these tabs red. I did put water in my paint container, my paintbrush thing. So I want to paint these red. I'll paint the 4 of them red just in case. I'll do 2 red and leave 2 black just in case I need the extra ones, but I don't think I need it. And I'll pull out the hot glue later. I'm not even bothering to like seal them or anything because they really are just going to be underneath the wig. I mean, I could do the same thing with craft batting, but yeah, this is more for an attachment piece than anything. If I hate how it looks or it gives me grief, I could always pull it off later. Just because I can. So yeah, but we'll leave 2 of them black. We'll make these red. I'll let those sit for a little bit to dry, and then I'll put more paint on them, and while I wait for that to dry, I'll work on the wig. Multitask. Because I need that to dry. I can't add more paint. It's just gonna wipe it off. So let's see. My water bottle is in the no-no place. And the no-no place is the crafting table because I have more than once knocked it over. Okay, I think one of the first things I'm going to do is start... Sorry. I don't know why it's not lifting up as easy as it should. There we go. Okay. One of the things I think I'm going to start doing is chopping the back a little bit. And then adding so again, I don't mind the sides here being a little long, but overall it's just too long, the wig in general. So we're gonna do a little hack and slash because it needs it. So I hoped to have not, I had hoped I didn't need to cut it, but as I was working on it the other day, as I was working on it on Wednesday, I was like, I'm gonna have to cut this, aren't I? Because it's too long. And then when I put it on, I was like, oh yeah, it is too long. I need to cut it. So let's trim her up a little. Let's give her a little haircut. And by little haircut, it's not even that much. Like I'm probably just cutting off like a little bit here and that's it. Though I think I need that for the No, because it's not in that wig. Okay. Let's do some hairstyling. I am not a fantastic hairstyler at all. I'm just not. So, but I know a few things about wigs because I have worked on them quite a bit. I am cutting parallel to the hair because it's supposed to make it give you more of an even cut. Also, too, you're not supposed to cut like all the way at your fingertips. You're supposed to actually cut further away. So you're supposed to put your fingers up higher than where you're cutting. That's just like cosmetology stuff. Even when you cut human hair, you should be doing that. Since I do a pretty decent curl on this, I don't want to cut off too much because I do tend to like heat form it under. So I actually have to style my next wig, which is going to... I am not looking forward to styling Jinx, but I will get her done. I also need to find wefts for her. I don't think I'm going to have enough hair for her, but hopefully I can get that soon. Because I did order it from Arda, and a specific color blue. But what I might just do is see if the internet has a Jinx wig and maybe hope it's this similar color, and then I can easily put it together. Okay, I think I'm fine. Okay, let's give her a haircut. That's what we're doing right now. We're giving NIffty a haircut because her back is a little too long, and when I fully form the curls in the front, they're not going to be as long, so she needs less hair back here. And at first I'm just doing the bottom pieces, and then I will go in and trim the top just to ensure I get an even cut, because I can't do the top layers without doing the bottom first. Not very fascinating. Just cutting at the moment. Actually, get the rest of the hair up at the moment. What's good is since I basically sectioned off the fronts, I don't have to worry about like, oops, I'm gonna cut the front. No, I already know where the front is. I know which piece is the front, so let's pull these hairs down with it. There we go. That's a little better. Whenever I get my hair done at the salon, they have these really cool clips that have like little brushes on them, and they're like just so cool and so good to use. I'm just like, I want those for my wigs, but I feel like they're super expensive. So I'm like, I don't want to spend all that money on my wigs. Maybe after I get my LLC and I can make it a tax return. That might work out, you know? I can do it as a tax deduction. I want these really fancy hair clips because it'll make wig styling easier. Maybe. Make it a business expense. Because that's the trick. Whatever you can, make into a business expense. Because your business is this. Let it be. All I know is it's like kind of funny because today's Friday the 13th. I'm not superstitious in the sense that Friday the 13th is a bad thing. In fact, 13 is supposed to be a pretty good number. But it is funny that the last month of the year we have a Friday the 13th. And the full moon is pretty close, which is even, I think, makes it even more humorous because we almost had a full moon on Friday the 13th. The full moon is going to be on Sunday. So I just think it's funny to be like, what is wrong with you, girl? And you would be valid. It's funny because like today I'm actually like in proper people clothing because my kid does have that appointment this afternoon after school. So I was like, oh, I actually have to put on people clothing, not just like my sweatpants and my leggings and my hoodies. People clothing might be good to have on, you know, because I have to interact with people. So like whenever I have to interact with people, I'm like, oh, I have to put people clothing on. Not cool. Because your girl can live in some sweats. That's for sure. I did not realize how good sweats were. Because for so long, I was always just getting dressed for work all the time. And like, work clothes are not always hyper comfy. I mean, I would try to find comfortable clothing for work because, you know, teaching, standing all day was not like good all the time. So I would do my best to ensure I was in comfy clothes. But they didn't always translate to comfy. And now I can live in pure comfort all the time and not have any questions. So sweatpants for life, man. Yeah, I am cutting across on some of them because even though I'm like trimming it vertically, they're not getting completely cut at the length I want them. So I'll go back in and thin them out after I get this layer done. But right now I just want to get as much of the layer done as possible, as quickly as I can. After I work on this, I'll go put more paint on that flap thingy on the tab that I'm gonna put on the wig so I can attach the eye with the magnets. So yeah, I just stepped on my hairdryer. I literally backed up and was like, oh, my hairdryer. Again, I'm not worried too much about it in the sense of making it blunt because I will thin it out, but at the same time, I'm also going to be curling her in, so. She's stiff because I, again, curled her in, thinking curling it in would just give me enough of the lift I needed. I was wrong. I definitely needed to trim her up. And as I was curling it in, I was like, maybe I should trim her. I was like, you know what? No, let's try and see what happens. And it was a lie. Because it wasn't short enough. I will admit, this wig has a lot of like nice, it's layered very like human-like. Like there is a human like layeredness to it. So it's not just like one giant weft, it's like layers of wefts, which is pretty decent. Okay. I'm just gonna use my thinning shears a little and just like kind of thin out here. It's not meant to do much about the length, it's more like to shear her down a little. Hey Kyushi, what's up? Yeah, we're doing wigs. We're near the end. We're seeing the light. The light is in the distance. I should have covered this in gesso. Ugh. It's annoying me right now. How have you been doing? How's your holidays been so far? Where did that glue come from? Yeah, what's pretty sweet is her eye. It's like staring into your soul. Okay. Oh no, there's a whole bunch of wig hair here. I should keep a wet towel nearby. I'm going to go moisten this towel so I have it on hand. I'll be right back. This little like hair catcher is doing a pretty good job. Not going to lie about that. Okay, we got that layer trimmed. I think this will be more than enough. So, yeah, because then when I curl her in, it's going to go like up here. Okay, cool. Let's do this layer now. Okay, can I tilt it forward? Okay, awesome. Okay. Don't make that hair drop. Okay, let's see. Actually make a thinner section because that's too thick right now. My scissors are squeaky. Squeak, 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 squeak. I should get these also sharpened. I should get them both sharpened at the scissor sharpening place. They did such a nice job on my sewing scissors. So probably before I tackle Jinx and Ubel, I will get them trimmed because I might need them for that. Definitely, like, the Ubel wig I picked up, which is gonna get delivered today, is gonna be, I need to work on the bangs. Because I gotta get those animu bangs going on for myself. And Jinx is just, that's just gonna be ridiculous. Redonkulous. Yeah. I'll get them sharpened. I just need to be careful because I have cut myself with these scissors before. Because hair scissors should have a certain sharpness to them. Kind of like sewing scissors, but since I feel when you're cutting fabric, you have it so much more, you have it flatter and not so by your hands. It's not as often you will cut yourself with your sewing scissors. You will cut yourself with your rotary cutter before your scissors, I feel. Or at least that should be the case. These guys need lubricant. They're so squeaky. Squeak, 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 squeak. It's funny because as I was working on projects the other days, I've come to realize I hate the lighting in this room at night. So unless I'm gaming, I really can't be streaming my crafting because I can barely see what I'm doing. And if I can't see, that means you're not gonna see. And that's even with like the lights on in this room and stuff. So this room sucks lighting wise. Like I really am probably going to invest and take time and get like a lamp, a different ceiling light in this room. I just literally pinched my finger with the scissor. Yep, there it is. Well, when they say you bleed on your costume, that's good luck. Apparently that's a costuming myth or something. I shall return. I can't deal with this nick and cut my thing at the same time. It was the slightest little pinch too. Barely even touched my skin. But I guess my scissors are still pretty sharp. Can't complain. There we go. I've survived. I'm not dead. Okay. And that was with the thinning scissors. I wasn't even with like the actual scissors. That's the funny part. It was like I was just thinning my hair, the hair out. Okay. Oh yeah, this length is way better for her. Much better, much better, much better. Let's see. I will rotate her a little bit around. That's a lot. This side is way more the length I was thinking for her than what originally came in the bag. So let's continue, shall we? I know this sounds absolutely nuts, but I do not remember the last time I trimmed a wig at all. Mainly because what I've been working on lately, I haven't even been bothering like doing much with the wigs in terms of styling. It's just been very like easy breezy stuff. I want to say it might have just been Hikaru from Magic Might Rare was the last time like I took my scissors to a wig. I actually used these scissors more during the pandemic to trim my kids' hair than actually like wig hair. So because obviously no one could have gotten a haircut during the pandemic and my kid was like going blind with his hair in his face, so we kind of had to do that. And I think I thinned my hair out a little bit here and there because it was just getting too like round and bubbly. But yeah, I don't remember the last time I cut a wig with scissors. I know I need to cut my eye bangs. My eye bangs are way too long on my eye wig. I haven't done that yet. I was just like holding it with hairspray and hairpins because I was just like, I don't want to cut this wig. I don't want to cut a wig. And it's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to. I used to cut the bangs on my wigs all the time. What? I'm like, why am I having shame for this now? No shame. Just do. I think part of it is just the sheer fact that I've just been very like blasé about my I was being very blasé with the cosplays towards the end of everything before the pandemic, and just wasn't like I was doing good work, but it wasn't like with the same vigor I had done it in the past. Like there were things I was pushing towards, which was like making sure my sewing was good and stuff like that, but I really wasn't focused on the other aspects. And I think that was the thing that was bugging me. I wasn't pushing those aspects as well as I should have. But now I'm like, you know what? You can do this, girl. You know what you're doing. It never stopped you before. You were always fearless. You always tried. Go ahead, do it. Be one with the cosplay. Be one with the method. So, here we are. Okay. I cut off quite a bit, considering. Doesn't seem like I did, but I did. Okay. Let's paint the tab again. Okay, there we go. So now what we're gonna do is add more hairspray in here because I want to make sure it has enough hairspray to hold it in place. Then I might just use tacky glue. I think tacky glue might be better. Really like do my curl here. Really do the curl. I'm gonna position the camera again better. And okay, why are you on such a weird angle? There we go. Hold on, let me fix this. Alrighty. Let me see. I have to rotate this a little bit so I can see things a little bit better. Okay, we'll leave it there. I think that works out. Okay. Again, some more hairspray. Give it a little bit more life. Some time to melt into itself. I'm gonna start using the hairdryer again. And like last time, I will mute myself so it doesn't. Now, the trick is to really saturate this with glue and stuff to really get it stiff. But I think I'm gonna take the roller, sit the roller on it, and then slowly like build the stiffness and basically use the glue as an avenue to seal. I think that's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna have to cover this. I think I might cover it with some paper towel. But I think I'm gonna start putting the glue on it on the bottom first and then doing it on the top. I wish I had a water spray bottle. I used to have a spray bottle, but now I'm using it for some cleaning stuff. Some cleaning solution. So I really should get another small little bottle. I'm gonna go grab my tacky glue. I'm gonna go grab my cheap tacky glue and use that. So you can either use uwu glue or you could use tacky glue. Either one works. I like tacky glue a little bit because it kind of gives me more of like the consistency of hair gel, if that makes any sense. So it's a weird thing. So people say use a silicone, use a, you could use silicone, you can use a palette knife, anything that helps smooth it down. Or you could do what I was doing before, which is use plastic cutlery, use plastic knives, because I didn't have my palette knife at the time, so plastic knife worked just as fine. There is a membrane in here that's preventing it from like coming out, so I had to poke at it. One reason why I like the tacky glue a little bit is because since it does come on white, I can see where I'm going. Whereas with the uwu glue, it comes out clear, which is good, don't get me wrong. However, I can't see where I'm at with it. So since I can't really see, it's something that I just don't mind using the tacky glue because I can take my time with it. I'm practicing with the uwu glue when I was working on Vaggie. And don't get me wrong, it worked. It got everything super sticky real fast. Again, it's just time. Like, you have to just be patient with this. Whether it's the uwu glue or not, you just need to be patient with all of it. Patience is key. And already I'm getting a stronger as you see, it's like holding it up a lot sturdier. This part is obviously still falling because it needs to be shaped. But once I start doing this, it should work better. The problem I'm having now is the hair that's supposed to be curling is kind of like kinky looking and it's driving me nuts. So we're trying to work with that. To keep that as smooth as possible. Because we don't want the hair that's gonna curl up and the curl look weird. So we want it to be as smooth as possible. Now, really, the proper technique would be to be taking wefts and covering this up in wefts. But I'm not doing that. That's just a little too much work for what this costume was supposed to be, which was just a fun Halloween. Now what I'm gonna do is do an old hairstylist trick. We're gonna wrap this up so the hair doesn't stick to it, but we maintain the shape. So actually I should have done it this way. Now I'm gonna spray in here to smooth this out. We're gonna keep it there, and I'm gonna actually draw this down so I can hopefully stick a pin. Whoa. Drunk camera got drunk. Drunk camera is very drunk. That's my other room. That's the rest of my room. We don't need to see that. Go to the front. No. Go to the back. I'm going to use this as a way to anchor it in. And I'll probably put another one on the other side to do the same thing. But not even touch the wig, just use it more as a anchor spot. Oh, that's where my curved needle is. Okay. Sorry, I just realized I found something I was looking for. I was looking for my curved needle and I see it now. We'll leave that there. I realize this camera is so far away. Hold on, let's see. Did it pause the music? Why did the music pause? Oh, it seems like I blipped out a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, let's keep painting these things. I really should have put... I really should have put gesso on these things. I'm really really regretting my decisions. My life decisions right now. Very poor life decisions. Okay, let's try to do this side. This side needs just as much TLC as the other side. Problem is right now I just see hair from this thing. So I gotta move that first. It got so much volume because I had them held up with ponytail ties, and yeah, apparently it, you know, took its time. Okay, let's get on this side I'm gonna cover these in gesso because this is just, they're not working the other way. Once I cover these, it will make painting it so much easier. But right now, I'm dying. I'm like, I can't paint this. This is taking forever. No, don't put that in there. I'm a fool. So if I paint them in, cover them in gesso, it should work out better for me. So we have one curl here, sitting, waiting, being patient. Now let's do the other side. One of the first things I need to do is actually stabilize the bottom because the bottom's getting a little messed up again. So gotta do that. Hold on. Finally decided to open the window. It was getting too smelly in here. And then it reminded me how like my entire room smelled like hairspray yesterday. So that was not fun. So we're going to take a little bit of the tacky glue and do the same thing again. Let me dry it. And then I'm gonna put the curler around it and add the glue. But the curler needs a paper towel buffer so it doesn't stick as much. Because for normal hair, you want it to be able to pull off easily. And it's okay if like the hair kind of like muses into it type of thing. Actually, I might have to stack and put a small one inside of it too. Because although I think that one I can use yeah, I can use a foam roller. Because I want this to have a slightly different curl than the one that was in the front, because that's how it looks in the artwork. So actually I might need a bigger foam piece. Let's use a green one. Like I want one curl to be in and one to be slightly larger, just because I think that's cute. So I want them to be sisters, not twins. So that's how we're doing this right now. Sisters, not twins. Very much like the whole eyebrow complex. You want them to be cousins. It's okay if they're cousins. They don't have to be perfect. Cousins are fine. Also, according to the reference art anyway, like this side is more like a regular curl. This one is more like an angled curl. So there's more like a triangular shape, which is what I'm hoping to get with this little thing. So Okay. Well, I got that shape in. Where's the pin for this side to hold her in place? Come on. Slide in. Thank you. Come on. I'm going. There we go. Okay. Let's add more gesso to this thing. It's like I'm like moving from one side to the next because I'm just trying to get both of these things done at the same time. I should have just totally done this before, but I was being lazy and laziness cost me. The red was never sinking in and it was just staying very, very, very dull. Barely any red. So, this is why you coat your phone. Again, I'm just being very lazy right now. Okay. So I got those two things done. I think what I'll do is fire up my flat iron so I can re-curl the back. Situate that, make sure that's all done, and then I can work on the bangs. Because I feel finishing the back, because I already got that far, should be a priority. Now, my only concern is I have all this hair on here that I need to deal with. Great success. Let me turn on my flat iron. Have all the goodies out for the wig making. So what I did the last time was I just took my flat iron and curled it in, held it for a minute, and then pulled it out. That seemed to be the best way to curl the hair without having too much of an issue. So, and then I also put like a little bump support here, which seems to be helping out quite a bit, giving it some extra life there. Just try to keep things a little bit more organized today, because the last time I had to clean up was a pain in the butt. Oh, there's the yellow one. Yeah, I should be able to get the eye situated today. Okay, we have foam rollers in case I need them, and the rest of the Velcro ones. So let's see how that works. Okay. Where is my glove? It was by my crimping iron. Yeah, you see, like in this shot, her curl on this side by the bang has more of an angle, and this one's just like a little goof. So we're trying to stick with that whole thought process there. This is a heat resistant glove. So like when you do things like flat iron and stuff, it's supposed to help protect your hands. It winds up becoming a hindrance though. So unless I have to do something that I'm really touching the hair, I don't really mess with it because it gets in my way too easily. Okay, slide in. Slide in. Okay. Curl. You see? I made it go in, which is the way I want it to look. So I just kind of have to make sure I get all the hair and curl it in. The problem I'm having is the bottommost layers are very hard to cap. So I kind of have to pick up all the top hair and then just do the bottom and then go back and do the top. So everything's layered again. It's a pain, but it's worth it. Okay. probably put the heat up on this, but I don't want to. I've burnt wigs very easily before, so yeah. I don't want to be burning my wig, so. There we go. Heat and wigs. Your best friend and your worst enemy at the same time. Trick is try not to mess with the ones you've already done, so you can just kind of move on to the next one without incident. So if you got to one layer, just stick with that one layer and then move to the next without really breaking the hold on the last one. Because once you heat train it, you don't want to do it again. Once you heat train it, you can easily untrain it with heat from another section. I'll let those cool off. Then go in all the way. Go. There we go. Let me try the other side and see how it looks. Oh. Yeah, it's starting to stick, which is good. I want the back to have like a little bit of movement, even if it's stiff movement, because I think it's just going to look cute that way. It's got a little flounce in the back. Little fluff. Okay. I think I can do everything up to where the supports are. Let's get this left that's underneath the supports. and curl this section. Might be too thick. Let us... Okay, we'll raise it up a little bit. This is too thick. Too many wefts at one go. I'm not going to get a good lip on this section, but otherwise... Oh, we'll do it this way. 1. 2. Keep getting the wrong wefts on over here in the little area behind the ear area. It's driving me nuts. It's the closest spot to the curl, so it's kind of hard to maneuver in here. I'm going to pull through and let go. It takes a minute to get the motion, but once you get it, it works out really well. So I'm holding it, I'm curling it, pulling it through, and letting it go as it's curled out. So looks super cute that way. Curl. Make sure it goes all the way through and let go. Yeah, that one didn't go all the way through. There we go. Now that I got 3 of them, let's hairspray some of them up. It's not even a ton, it's just more like to, as they cool, to let it keep its shape. Again, curl, 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 release. Press, press, curl, 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 and release. We're gonna go curl, 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 up and release. Awesome. Let's get those last 3. Now I can comb out these. It's definitely like that 1950s teased housewife look. But you know, you're getting all the hairspray and the curlers. It's just everywhere, which I'm loving, because it's just like, it's giving me NIffty right now. Because if you see anyone that does like victory curls and stuff like that, this is a very common practice. Like, put the curls in, let the heat set, and then you comb it all out. Because you just want it to have, you want to keep the shape, and heat training it takes time. So Let's go. And curl, 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 and boom. Probably make it bigger. Curl, 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 and that was a little too hot. Curl. That's what the glove is good for, but apparently I'm a glutton for punishment, so. Also, too, I've been trying to grab it from the top part of the hair, not so much the middle, or so close to the heat. So the top part is a lot cooler. Like up here as opposed to down here. There we go. I'm excited to watch the next episode of Dandanon. I haven't watched it yet. It's like going to be my Friday night treat. Watch the next episode of Dandanon. Because I basically just caught up with it earlier this week, and it was just like, whoa. This thing is way too intense for me. But I love it, so. It's not so intense that I can't watch it, but it's definitely something that I'm like, wow. I could see why people have issues with it. I just realized there's some hot pink mixed in here. I just realized that there's some hot pink fibers in this. Oh, it's not a bad quality wig then. It's got multiple fibers in it. That's kind of cool. Okay. I didn't get the ones that were in between, right underneath the... I didn't get the ones that were right underneath the support, so I'm going to do above the support and below the support at the same time. There we go. My table had so much hairspray after Wednesday that I had to like clean the table because it was literally a film of white. And at first I thought, oh, it must be like when I was brushing out the curl, must have been the excess. No, it literally was the hairspray. The hairspray glued itself onto my table. Which reminds me, I have bought a plastic tablecloth for wig tines, but I feel like it's gonna cause more drama to set it up than if I just have to wash the table. So I'll just wash the table. when all is said and done. I mean, it's been a great table. It was our kitchen table in North Carolina. But we have decided to sacrifice it to the crafting god and use it as my crafting table. Oh yeah, it's coming. Trying to get that 50s like curl in the back. Come back. Stop doing that. Stay in place. I need to make sure that's in place. I'm gonna have to trim down some wigs, some fibers in the back, the very back, but we're getting there. Yeah, there is one little spot that stood too long that we need to cut. Okay, let's turn this off before somebody burns themselves. Me. The wig's getting somewhere. That one little spot. Okay. Oh, I didn't do a bad job of cutting it if it's just one little spot. Sweet. I'm happy. Okay. I'm curious to see how this looks. So let's test the waters, shall we? She did the curl. So I just have to actually shape it now with the glue to make it sharper. Okay. And I'm not even gonna worry because once I put the eye on, that section will be completely covered. They're gonna be looking something like this. Holy cow, that looks so cool. Okay. Let me rig it back up so it has it stays supported, and I can shape it up a little later. Let's start working on these bangs, because that's the other part I fear. These dumb bangs. The bangs, why are you so annoying? Okay. Alright, how does it look again? Where's my paper? Let's take a sip of water. The reference image went under my chair. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, let's see if we can redirect some of this. Okay, so we have this piece that I can use to add a little bit more oomph on this side. Just a little, not too much. Definitely need to redirect it though. Me. Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay, it's the spiral of the weft. Okay. What do we got in here? Well, that's pretty good, I'll admit, because then it gives me a way to like hide the seam of the split. Okay. However, you want to redirect it this way. Let me see how it looks with the rollers. Oh, maybe. I just realized I didn't do it the way I wanted to do it. The back. I could always fix that now. Okay. We'll use that one. And then have this one kind of just swoop over and do a little thingamabobby too. Okay. I think that will work out cute. Give it a little bit more dimension. And we'll just have it go on this side. Okay. first things we need to work on is this yellow bit here. So let's section this one off. Now the painstaking process of working these bangs in a way that I like before I glue everything down. And I could crimp them, but right now I don't think I need to. I think I should be able to manipulate them with hairspray and heat and no crimping, because that would be great. But we shall see. I might need to crimp, but for now, let's see what magic we can work. Actually, it should be going the other way. It should be going in, not out. In. Okay, my bad. Okay. fold in, maybe? I don't know how I want it to look. It's like a little swoosh that goes up, so I kind of need it to swoosh and flip, swoosh and flip, swoosh and flip. Okay, let's see how this works. I kind of wanted this one to go down to help frame the face a little. So like kind of go down and in like that. And then you have this one. And then this one, I want it to kind of make it a whole conglomerate of one to flip up. Although I feel like I need to thin these out. This is so thick you don't see the yellow. And you really see yellow in the reference art. So actually I need another one here to be a buffer. So you're kind of gonna have to blend in here. Yeah, I think I might thin out this area here because it's a little too thick for me. But if I keep messing with this, I might have to put some glue on it so it can go up and down, down and up. But I think we got something working here as I'm like heat training it to shoot up. And then I want to go with this one up too on the end. Not so much the front. The front I want it down, but I want the bottom to go up. Yeah, I think that will work out really well. Let's see how this came out. I'm curious. Yeah, so if I can get this down and flipped out, it will look definitely a lot more like NIffty. And these pieces too, kind of like just do the swooshing and stuff. Okay. Okay, the only thing I wanted to do, and I realized after it, was I wanted to flip it out, not in. So let's kind of see how it looks flipping out a little. Actually, you know what? We'll worry about the top layers flipping out. I don't think the bottom ones need to flip out. I think it just needs to be the top. The top few layers need to be out. So let's see. The bottom ones can stay nice and in. Let's do this. Oh, yes. That's what we want. And that's how we're gonna have NIffty get done. Okay, awesome. All right, so now I know what to do and how to do it. It's gonna take me a minute, but nothing in evening, just sitting watching some TV will change. So probably tonight while I'm like watching the rest of Beastars, I can easily just take these sections and curl them up like so. And really give them a nifty flip. I think that will look so much cuter in the back. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I want. I really want like this look in the back. Yep, that's how we're going for. Okay. Well, since it's almost 3 o'clock, I need to get going. Oh, I still have a little bit of time. It's like 2:40. Maybe I'll just work on curling the back then, because the front I know I'm gonna need some work on it. It's gonna take me a minute. This is something I can do pretty quickly right now and not have to worry about it. So let's go. Let's go with flipping her. Actually. This is so giving me like Beastar vibes, this music. It's very like jazzy goodness. I love it. Okay, I think I'm going to use my foam rollers to make sure the flips stay up flippy. The flips stay flippy. And I think in the back I'm going to use the smaller ones, and in the top I'll use the bigger ones to give it more body and bounce. But the bottom I want them to have a bit more structure. think the green ones are better for this. Guess I'm gonna have to use the big ones. Big ones all around, apparently. Or maybe I'm just trying to take too much hair in one go. Probably that's what it is. That's one thing I've learned about this wig. I can't do too much in one section. I take too much hair because it's just not going to work very well. So... Okay. Do half of them. I should have bought another set of curlers. Well, who knows? Maybe that might be the next order of business. Another set of Velcro rollers so I can just leave them in the wig. Although I think as it cools, I can pull them off. I just need them to like sit in there for a minute and feel the heat and let them settle in. I think traveling her, she's going to be like a 1950s housewife. She's going to be like with a hairnet and all the curlers in her hair to maintain to maintain the look. on my wig head, she's going to be a 1950s housewife as I travel to CatsyCon. Because like that's what's going to happen. She's just gotta hold it together. Oh, this one's falling off on me. I have one more small one, and then I have green ones. Where's my other green one? Oh, it's on the floor. Okay, I'll leave that side there and use this one. And just kind of heat it up, flip it out. Oh, I think I did it the wrong way. Did I not? Oh no, I did it the right way. For some reason, I thought I was doing it the wrong way. There we go. Coming off very eerie, this music. Sounds very like creepy child in the attic crying. Okay. Big bounce. Okay. can use the green one over here because I don't have that much hair on this one. Very hot. Okay. Well, we have her in some 1950, we have her in some rollers, and I think we're gonna just let the rollers dry up. From what it looks like, my plan to use the glue and this is like really giving it the extra lift it needed and the stiffness. So that clearly worked. So much better than I thought. Once these start, I'm gonna try pulling off the ones on the bottom because they should be cool by now. I think the flip out is gonna look a lot cuter than just flipped in. And it's gonna give it more crazy nifty vibes. Oh my gosh, it is already giving it crazy nifty vibes. Love it. And again, once it's cooled, it's going to like just keep the flounce. It doesn't even look like it needs a long time to set. It's just like one of those OMG, here we go. It's gonna need some hairspray so it doesn't have all the flyaways, but why are you stuck? There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm ascending. This is just too cute. That was the last one I did. Oh my gosh, this is too perfect. Definitely needs hairspray because it's very fluffy. But I don't think it's a bad fluff. I think it's a pretty cute fluff. Some of them need a little more adjusting than others, but overall, I think we got the idea. Okay. Yeah, like this side here needs a little bit more TLC in that department. So I might just put another roller-roo on it. See if it helps it out a little bit. Waiting for it to cool completely. Yep, that's what it needed. It needed a little more love. Okay. This wig is a lot of trial and error for me because I'm just trying to make sure it looks cute without looking like a mess. So, okay. I think that's what we're gonna do. Flip her out in the back, which is what I originally thought about doing and I didn't do it. And now I'm like, why didn't I do it? I'm very confused. It definitely adds a lot more structure and fun to it. I just got to make sure I get all the flips up. So if not, it's gonna look messy. But I think for today, I will call this victorious because it is almost 3 p.m. and it is time to call it a day. I had a lovely Friday morning, afternoon, and I got quite a bit done on NIffty. I am hoping to have her done by this weekend because next week I'm going to work on patterning my Sunset Dragon Jinx because that's going to be the big project for January. And I'm excited about that. So have a lovely Friday and weekend ahead, and I will see you all back here on Wednesday. Bye. Where's my end credit? Can't find anything. Bye.